I recently read Invent and Wander, the collected writings of Jeff Bezos. 1994. Jeff Bezos leaves a secure job at a New York hedge fund to launch an online bookstore in Seattle. By 1999, that bookstore, Amazon.com, is worth $30 billion, and Bezos is named Times Person of the Year. But from December 1999 to October 2001, Amazon's stock drops from $106 a share to $6 a share. Journalists refer to the company as Amazon.toast. But Bezos survives the dot-com crash, and in 2005, he launches Amazon Prime with free 2-day shipping, which fundamentally changes how we shop and what we expect from online retail. Over the next decade, Bezos outmaneuvers tech giants like Google, Microsoft, and Apple, and dominates two industries: cloud computing and smart home devices. Today, Amazon employs over 1 million people and delivers more than 10 billion packages a year. When Walter Isaacson, author of the Steve Jobs, Albert Einstein, and Leonardo da Vinci biographies, is asked, "What living person do you most want to write about?" his answer is Jeff Bezos. Da Vinci, Jobs, and Einstein were very smart, he says, but that's not what made them special. Smart people are a dime a dozen and often don't amount to much. What counts is being creative and imaginative. That's what makes someone a true innovator. And that's why my answer to the question is Jeff Bezos. As I read Invent and Wander, I've discovered 3 fundamental mindsets that seem to make Bezos a true innovator. Bezos has infused these mindsets into the Amazon culture, which has led to the transformation of online retail, cloud computing, and smart home devices. The 3 mindsets can be conveyed with the following directives. Number 1, maintain a day one mentality. Number 2, adopt a 3-year perspective. And number 3, fail appropriately. First, maintain a day one mentality. Imagine you just quit your job, and today is the first day you get to work in a new business full time. Your mind is full of ideas, and you have an abundance of energy and enthusiasm to solve your customers' problems. If you can treat each day like it's the first day of your entrepreneurial journey, you will come to work with the energy and enthusiasm to conduct new experiments and constantly iterate and innovate. Bezos has had a day one mentality for the last 27 years at Amazon. Each morning, he thinks back to the day he quit his job in New York and drove to Seattle to start Amazon, and brings the same level of energy and sense of urgency to his work. Most business leaders lose the day one mentality after becoming profitable and pulling ahead of their competition. But when Amazon became profitable and pulled ahead of their competition, Bezos didn't lose the day one mentality because he remained obsessively focused on the customer. Customers are always beautifully, wonderfully dissatisfied, Bezos says. Even when they report being happy and business is great, even when they don't yet know it, customers want something better. And a constant desire to delight customers drives us to constantly invent on their behalf. Since customers are happy for about a day, each day is a new opportunity for Bezos and his team to try new things and improve the Amazon customer experience. Innovation mindset number 2, adopt a 3-year perspective. Bezos says, "When I have a good quarterly conference call with Wall Street, people will stop me and say, 'Congratulations on your quarter.' And I say, 'Thank you.' But what I'm really thinking is that quarter was big 3 years ago. Right now, I'm working on a quarter that will reveal itself 3 years from now." Bezos sees all business opportunities and business problems with a 3-year perspective. By adopting a 3-year perspective, he's been able to take smart risks and maximize innovation opportunities. When Bezos started Amazon in 1994, the internet was tiny and few people knew what it was. But Bezos saw that the World Wide Web was growing at 2,300% a year. At that rate, a good online business would have a flood of customers coming in 3 years. So he made a list of products he could sell online, chose books, continually improved his online bookstore, and stayed patient. When Amazon's stock dropped by 90%, Bezos took a step back and reviewed the company's internal metrics, which were all trending in a positive direction. So he ignored the short-term outlook and the analysts that insisted that Amazon was doomed. Amazon Prime didn't make much sense from a 1-year perspective. In fact, in 12 months after launching Amazon Prime, Amazon lost millions of dollars. As Bezos says, when you offer a free all-you-can-eat buffet of 2-day shipping, the heavy eaters show up first. It's scary. It's like, oh my God, did I just say as many prawns as you can eat? But Bezos zoomed out, took a 3-year perspective, and saw that shipping costs were coming down, and the membership 3 years from now would be a balance of high volume and low volume shippers. When Elon Musk and SpaceX were getting all the attention in the space industry, Bezos told the employees at his space company, Blue Origin, "Be the tortoise and not the hare. And remember the Latin motto, gradatim ferociter, step by step, ferociously." Today, you'd probably be surprised to know that Bezos doesn't work 100-hour work weeks or make 100 critical decisions a day. Bezos believes that no more than a few high-quality hours of work and a few high-quality decisions will matter 3 years from now. So Bezos prioritizes 8 hours of sleep so he can think clearly in the morning and make just 3 high IQ decisions that will have residual effects 3 years from now. When you adopt a 3-year perspective, you'll stop stressing about the 30 things in your to-do list and the 20 decisions you need to make today, since only a few tasks and decisions will impact your life 3 years from now. If you have a 3-year perspective, a single loss or failure will seem less devastating because you know if you stay patient and continually improve, one loss or failure will be insignificant 3 years from now. 3 years seems to be the ideal amount of time. Thinking 3 years out is long enough to filter out short-term noise, but short enough to reasonably predict. When trying to predict what will matter in 3 years, ask yourself, what's not going to change over the next 3 years? Bezos knew that Amazon customers were always going to want lower prices, fast delivery, and a big selection, so he put all his energy into those things and ignored short-term profit. Innovation mindset number 3, fail appropriately. Failure and invention are inseparable twins, Bezos says. To invent, you have to experiment. And if you know in advance that something's going to work, it's not an experiment. Most large organizations embrace the idea of invention, but are not willing to suffer the string of failed experiments necessary to get there. Amazon is a huge company that continually innovates because Bezos insists that Amazon's failures increase as the company grows. The more money Amazon generates, the more unconventional products and services they need to try. If Amazon's not experiencing multi-billion-dollar failures, they're doing something wrong. Bezos surprised the world and became a dominant technology company because he funded expensive technology product experiments that failed. The most notable failure was the Fire Phone. But the Fire Phone was a good failure because it allowed Amazonians to acquire the skills necessary to develop Echo and Alexa. Bezos is able to maintain a pro-failure mindset because he maintains childlike curiosity, and he lives according to a regret minimization life philosophy. When I'm 80, he says, I want to have minimized the number of regrets that I have in my life, and most of our regrets are acts of omission, things we didn't try, the paths untraveled. Those are the things that haunt us. In the end, maintain a day one entrepreneurial spirit, adopt a 3-year perspective, and fail appropriately. That is, ensure the size of your experiments scale with your success. A bad failure is the result of bad execution. A good failure is a failed experiment that teaches you something valuable. Innovation and experimental failure go hand in hand. If you follow those 3 directives, you'll start to think more like Jeff Bezos, a true innovator, and be well on your way to making products and doing work that changes people's lives. That was the core message that I gathered from Invent and Wander. Jeff Bezos is one of the best entrepreneurs of our time, and this book is full of his wisdom. I highly recommend it. If you would like a 1-page PDF summary of insights that I gathered from this book, just click the link below and I'd be happy to email it to you. If you already subscribe to the free Productivity Game email newsletter, this PDF is sitting in your inbox. If you like this video, please share it. And as always, thanks for watching and have yourself a productive week.